Alright, so the creating composite measure is very challenging topic, so I want to create this video as the demonstration for your lab exercise for this semester. So in terms of the composite measure, I already covered it very heavily on the Tuesday lecture. So if you're absent for the class on this Tuesday, please make sure to review very carefully. Review the lecture slides very, very carefully. And also on the last week, I posted one on the in-class assignment by just watching the composite measure video. So I highly recommend you to watch the video as well before working on the lab assignment assigned this week. All right. So the first one, run the frequency table of the variables. So as you already did before, you can go to the descriptive statistics and the frequencies. So these are the variables that you are using for this lab exercise. And we can know that the Kohn army, Kohn bus, and these are the variables about the confidence level in the US system. So you can check the variable information as 1 is a great deal, 2 is only some, 3 is hardly any. So we can see that the smaller number is coded as the greater on the level of confidence, and the bigger numbers 2 and 3, these are coded for the lower or the less level of confidence. All right. So let me check in the frequency table. All right. So these are listed in assignment, so you can check it later. All right. So we can see that all these variables, so we coded in here, they all have the same level, so the same level and same coding scheme. A great deal, only some, and hardly any. So you can try to make the recode, or you can try to compute this variable. So the transform, the compute variable. So the target variable means the name of the new variable. So as I made made in the instruction, so you can say that less confidence index, and the type of label. So based on the version of the SPSS program, you may have the different coding, but on the label, you can add it later, but you can make the label as less confidence index. The reason why the title is, or the label is added as less confidence, is the larger number. So 1 was coded as the great confidence, 2 is only some, 3 was hardly any. So the larger number, I mean the higher number, indicates the higher level of the less confidence. This is kind of a double barrel coding, but the higher number indicates the lower level of the confidence. So we are creating the index measure, capturing the lower level of the confidence of the US system. So continue. All right. So based on the list on the lab assignment, we can try to find it. So the first one is the Kohn army. All right, the Kohn army. Okay, so we are adding up. So computing is the adding up of those assignments. All right. Kohn army and the Kohn bus. The Kohn bus plus Kohn clergy. So if you make any typo, it will not create the result. So please make sure to make the alphabet. All the alphabets are very exactly same and very correct. And the Kohn educ. So plus Kohn educ plus Kohn finance. Okay. Kohn finance and Kohn judge, Kohn labor, Okay, corn labor, corn lettuce plus corn medi, okay, plus corn press. Yeah, you can find the list on the lab exercise file. So these are the variables you are adding by the compute variable. Alright, so these are the numeric expression. And then you should also check on the condition because we are not adding. So as I covered in the Tuesday class in the lecture slide, so if you're absent, you can check the lecture slide. So we must exclude any of the missing values among any of the variables here. So you can go to the if and you can include all the cases. Include if cases satisfy the condition. But as we need to set up the list of the variables, so you can find the variables here and click it again. But now we already have those variables, right? So you can copy these variables to bring the list of the variables. All right. So you remember that the number of missing value. So missing value should be 0. So missing values and number of missing value. So number of missing value should be 0. So you can paste the list. So and then, as I mentioned last time, the plus should be exchanged as the comma because the comma means that the end, the adding the condition. So, comma, so connecting those variables by the comma, okay, comma, alright, equal 0. So it means that any of the variables listed in that expression, they all have the missing value as the 0. So there is no missing value in those variables. So as we will use this expression later. So let's copy and maybe put that in the anywhere, somewhere in your assignment or other place. All right, and continue and OK. So at the end of the list of the list of the variable, or you can find this variable. So less confidence variable. Less confidence index. So let's create the frequency table, and then let's say less confidence index we created, and OK. Alright, so 10 is on the 10 means that's the lowest level, that's the highest level of the confidence, because 1 was coded as a great level of confidence, 2 was only some, and 3 was the less confidence. So the higher number means the less level of the confidence. The 30 means the lowest level of the confidence in the US system. And 10 means the highest level of confidence. So in this kind of example, there is a problem. So I mentioned that the double barrel question or the double barrel measure is not very ideal because technically the 30 is higher than 10, but the higher number indicates the lower level of confidence. So it's not very well aligned with our perception, and it's not very intuitive. So we usually align the numbers as higher number as the higher confidence and the lower number as the lower confidence. So that's actually the purpose of the question number 2. So now recode the variables. Recode the variables we chose. So this is a list of the variables, and you are recoding those variables as a Lee, Kon, Army, and others by using this coding scheme. The 1 is great deal, 2 is only some, 3 is hardly any, but these variables will be coded as 1 is great confidence. The great deal will be recoded as the great confidence, and only some and hardly any will be coded as less confidence. Alright, so it's a little bit tedious one, a tedious format, but let's try. So transform, recode into the different variable, and then the first variable, Kon Army. Okay, so the name of the variable will be Lee Kon Army, and the label will be maybe recoded Kon Army. So whatever, recoded Kon Army. Change. Okay, and all the new values. So as I put the coding scheme here, 1, 2, 3, 1 is 1, 2 and 3 will be 0, 0. So 1 will be 1, 2, 2, 3 will be 0, and add. Alright, so 1 is 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3 is 0. Continue. Alright, so we don't need to check the end if condition here. So this is condition and okay. Alright, so new variable is created. And transform again. So not this one. So we are not adding this one, but the next one is the Kon bus. Kon bus, Kon bus. Recoded Kon bus variable. Change all the new values. So now, usually we are not using in this way, but as we are using the same coding, so 1 is 1, 2 to 3 is the 0. So we are using the same coding, so we can use this coding as well. So continue and okay. Now we create this variable, right? And then we can come again. So double click this one, and what is the Kon colors variable? Kon colors variable, Lee Kon colors, the Kon colors, and then recoded colors variable. Change all the new values, and okay. Right? So repeating again. Kon EDUC. Okay, Kon EDUC. Change all the new values. Continue. Okay. And repeating again. So next variable is confine, confinan, variable, change all the new values, continue, and okay. Konjudge variable, we Kon call the Konjudge variable. Okay, and okay, okay. So you can check the variables here. Okay, the next one is Konjudge, Kon labor variable. Kon labor variable, we Kon labor. Code Kon labor variable. Change all the new values, the same one. Kon legis variable. Kon legis. all the new values, and okay. Okay, two more. Medicine, Econ, Medic. Okay, change. Right. Okay, Econ Medic and Econ Press. So again, I'm using these list of the variables on the assignment. Okay, compress, compress, recording, compress variable, change all the new values, and okay. All right. So we created those variables 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we recorded those 10 variables, and let's double check if these are created in the correct way. So frequencies and alright. So recon army 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these are the 10 variables that are created inside. And then, okay. Alright. So there's no labels. So no labels are added here. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. But maybe you can check that. So the label as so as in the coding. So 1 is great confidence. Okay. One is great confidence. And number 2 is less confidence. Okay. And then okay. Okay. And actually, let me double check. Copy, paste. So actually you can copy this one. Copy, because they are in the same coding. So Ctrl V, like that, paste. So paste, like that, paste, 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 paste. And then you can check it, right? So as we are having the same coding, you can copy in this way, Okay. And then we can make the frequency table again. All right. Oh, sorry about that. No, that's not true. So we should change it. So 0 is, no. 1 is great confidence and 0 is less confidence. Okay. All right. My mistake. Sorry about that. Copy, paste, 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 paste. You can do it manually, but I'm using the shortcut. Alright, so analyze descriptive statistics, frequency table, and those variables you created, and okay. Alright, so less confidence, great confidence, less great, less great, less great. Alright, so now we create those 10 variables. So by using the record. So you can see that, so using the transform, okay, so now we are using the count values within cases. Alright, so the target variable is the name of the new variable. So I made that the index variable, confidence index variable, and the target label is the index of confidence in the US system. All right. So variables will be recreated just before. So reconarmy through reconfress. So you can drag them all, or you can use the shift. So whatever. So you can double click or use the arrow, so whatever. So you can use that in this way. Alright, the defined values is counting, so which value you will count. So the 1 is coded as the great confidence, so we are choosing 1 and add. So this is technically what I showed in the demonstration of the creating the composite measure. So you can follow that as well. You can watch that video as well and continue. Alright, and if. So the if is the include if cases satisfy the condition. So going to the missing value and number of missing value. So you can go to the leave variable we created, right? So double click, comma, comma, double click, 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 comma, double click. So it means that number of missing values of all these variables will be 0. So you should not miss this part. And continue. And OK. Alright, so now you have this variable. New variable is confidence index. And then you can try to check the frequency table of the confidence index. Confidence index is here. Okay, and OK. Alright, so now 0 through 10. So now the 10 means the highest level, they have the highest level of the confidence. And the 0 means they all say that they don't have they are less confidence in those systems. So now we are using, you can use this variable because 0 through 10, this is index variable. So you can treat this variable as the metric variable, and you can use it as the dependent variable over the independent sample, t-test, or others. Alright, so these are all the demonstration you can use for your lab assignment. And then you can watch the demonstration video of the composite measure. And also you can check the lecture slide I covered on the Tuesday. Alright, thank you very much, and see you in the next video.